Anybody who saw the Manchester City-Liverpool semifinal will know that it wasn't as good as the one played last week in the Premier League. Part of it had to do with the fact that Manchester City did not play their full squad. They rested some players. And what did we learn as we watched this game? And we understand the reason why, because of the Champions League, 3 games in a week. Liverpool had an easier go of it than Manchester City. I'm not saying they had it easy, but they had an easier go of it. They had to play Benfica at home. They didn't have to play their best players. They were coming in with a 3-1 lead. Manchester City had to go to Madrid and play Atletico in a very physical match, and with only a 1-0 lead. Both teams ended up going through. Now, this is a semifinal of an FA Cup at Wembley Stadium. From a Manchester City standpoint, this isn't as I don't know if you think this is important, if they think it's important, but it's not as important. Of the trophies you're trying to win, the Premier League and the Champions League are much more important than the FA Cup. I'm not saying they threw the game, but the game that they're going to play on against Real Madrid, the 2 games against Real Madrid, and potentially the final, probably against Liverpool. This may be the second of 3 games that we're going to see these teams play in the coming months. Then this game is not you're not going to lose any sleep over this. You're disappointed, of course. You wanted to win, but you're not going to lose a lot of sleep over this one. If you're going to lose one, it's going to be this one. Now, if you end up making it all the way to the Champions League final and playing Liverpool, you're going to play your best 11. Okay, this game you didn't play best. Now, what this game is going to be remembered for more than anything else, in my opinion, is going to be Zach Steffen. It's going to be remembered for Manchester City's backup goalkeeper. Now, I don't think Zach Steffen is a bad keeper. I still don't think he's a bad keeper, but he needs to be playing regular, especially if he's going to represent my club, my United States national team. But I digress. The second goal, the first goal off a corner kick by Canute. Fine, it happens, okay? The third goal that was scored by Sergio Mane, near post, look, Gigi Buffon, Dino Zoff, Sepp Maier, Peter Schmeichel, David De Gea, name any David Seaman, you name any goalkeeper you want, they've all been beaten by the near post. It was a nice volley by Mane. Should have had it. He was in good position. You don't expect him to be beaten by the near post. But the goal that I think was the worst part about this game for Zach Steffen was the second one. The ball is passed back to him by Stones. He settles it fine, but instead of clearing the ball quickly or playing the ball quickly, he futzes around with it, and Mane closes it down and knocks it into the goal. That should never happen, and it's going to be expounded more because it took place during an FA Cup semifinal. Okay? The whole world is watching, and you try and do something like that in front of your own goal. You would have been better off. If you're going to play with the ball, that's fine, but kick it to the side so that if Mane comes at you like that, the worst thing he can do is knock it out of bounds or hit it in a way where you can fall down on the ball and not give up a goal. Instead, in front of your own goal, Sergio Mane gets one of the easiest goals he's ever going to get. That should have never, ever happened, but it did. But from a Manchester City perspective, like I said, you didn't play your best team. You didn't you came back in the second half. The first goal that was scored by Grealish, which was a mistake made by Liverpool giving the ball away. Grealish scores a nice goal, makes it 3-1. And then Mahrez meets the defender, puts it through Alisson's legs, and tapped in by Bernardo Silva, makes it 3-2. The goal that basically ends your FA Cup run, if you're Manchester City, is the one that Zach Steffen. I know the third goal was scored, before halftime, but the second goal was the one you could have prevented and done without. If you accepted that the first goal off the corner kick, poor defending, was going to happen, and that you just got beat by the near post, okay. But the second goal was the one that was inexcusable and should never, ever have happened. And that's what this game is going to be remembered for. It's going to be remembered for a howler by Zach Steffen. And that's going to put Liverpool in the final of the FA Cup. Now, Liverpool has to play Villarreal in the semifinals of the Champions League, just like Manchester City has to play Real Madrid. So you could be seeing these teams play again in the Champions League final. I think you will be seeing them play again in the Champions League final, but it's going to be a different situation. You're not going to have Zach Steffen play goal in that final, but nevertheless, I give all the credit in the world to Liverpool. Congratulations for making it to the FA Cup final, and they'll play the winner of Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Now, the other thing you have to look at is the Premier League. There's only a 1-point gap between Liverpool and Manchester City. I think, people are talking about who has the easier run in. I don't think there are any easy games in the Premier League, regardless of what you say. Okay? Liverpool might have an easier run in. Manchester City might have an easier run in. I don't know. The only thing I do know is that it's going to be a hard-fought games played to the very end. And if Liverpool wins the FA Cup and then beats Manchester City to the title and then wins in the Champions League, they'll win 4 trophies this year because they won the League Cup earlier in the year. So that's what Liverpool's looking at right now. Okay, they are within touching distance of winning 4 trophies. They're already in one game for the FA Cup. Okay, and you can make an argument that they have the easier run-in to the Champions League with Villarreal. Now, I'm not discounting Villarreal. Unai Emery has proven that he can do well in European competition. So from that perspective, Villarreal is going to give Liverpool a game, but you would expect Liverpool to get through and win that game. Manchester City has a tougher road through Real Madrid. They're going to have to deal with Benzema, and they're going to have to play their best to beat Real Madrid. But you could have a rematch of Liverpool versus Real Madrid. You could have a fourth matchup of the season of Manchester City versus Liverpool. Liverpool right now, if you know any Liverpool fans, you know how they feel about this. The opportunity to win four trophies, it is there. Okay, you've got a great team, you've got a great manager, you've got a solid goalkeeper, a solid defense, but that's what you are looking at right now if you are Liverpool. If you're Manchester City, okay, you didn't win the League Cup, you're not going to win the FA Cup, but the Champions League is still there, and you've won the Premier League before. Okay, the Premier League is almost like old hat to you. I think right now, from a Manchester City perspective, what they are looking at, what they want to win more than anything else, is the Champions League. They're not going to throw away the league. They're going to try and win that as hard as they possibly can. But they have a great opportunity again, like they did last year. They probably should have won the Champions League last year against Chelsea. We've criticized Pep Guardiola for overthinking things. He kind of overthought that game. But there's still a chance for Manchester City to win the Champions League, which is the Holy Grail for them. Liverpool's won the Champions League before. They've won European Cups before. But and look, they're like I said, you have a chance for Liverpool to win 4 trophies, or Manchester City is going to win 2 trophies. It's going to be an interesting way. But the other thing that I noticed about this game, the other thing you see about this game, is the difference between when you go look. If Manchester City plays this team against Crystal Palace or Chelsea, they might win that game. They're probably going to win that game. They're probably as good as both those teams. Probably bet even. I know Crystal Palace beat Manchester City earlier in the year, but Manchester City would be better than both those teams, in my opinion. But you're going up against Liverpool, a full-strength Liverpool team. That is a difference between these two teams and everybody else in the Premier League. They have separated themselves, and they have the 2 best managers, and they have the 2 best teams. It is very easy to see why it is very, very difficult to beat these 2 teams. It is very easy to see, even if you're on a good run of form, how difficult it is to play these teams. Now, they've been had before. They're not perfect, but they've been beat before. But these are the 2 best teams in the Premier League, and probably might even be the 2 best teams on the planet. Again, we're gonna find that out come in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months when they we get to the FA Cup final, the Champions League final, and the end of the Premier League. But right now, an interesting situation has occurred. We can't wait to see how this all plays itself out. But I'm really excited as I watch this. But congratulations to Liverpool for winning the FA Cup semifinal. It'll be interesting to see who their opponent is. Will it be Crystal Palace? Will it be Chelsea? I think most people would think it would be Chelsea. Might have a rematch of the League Cup final, which was another great game. But keep in mind, Manchester City has a chance to win a Premier League and the Champions League. But Liverpool, if they win the Champions League and the league, they'll have won 4 trophies this year, which would be unprecedented. Congratulations to Liverpool, and good luck to Chelsea and Crystal Palace.